It's still just a little bit before sunrise, but I already took 2 shots, both on the Kodak Portra 160. Relatively long exposures were used. The clouds in my shot, they lit up beautifully, and also I should mention the clouds were perfectly aligned in my shot. If I flip the camera around here, you can see those clouds right back in there. Yeah, those are my composition, which is pretty sweet. So I'm gonna wait around until sunrise and then take another shot when the mountains in the background light up. The sun should be at a little bit of an angle on them, so I should see a lot of shadow and lots of pink, so it should be pretty cool. I'm really glad I took those 2 shots this morning because now the sun's being snuffed out by these clouds and I didn't get that red, orange, fiery glow on the mountains like I was hoping. Also, it's so hazy that the glow that even happened on some mountains nearby, it still wasn't quite what I was hoping for. But I was treated to some beautiful conditions this morning, and the fact that those clouds in my shot lit up orange was awesome. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day scouting out this area as well as Badwater and see if I can find myself a sunset shot. I think we're gonna have some great clouds to deal with this afternoon. On my way over to Badwater, I decided to stop off at this little canyon and kind of scout it out. This is a time of day where the light isn't so good, so you guys spend a lot of time just walking around and trying to find something interesting. I've been very lucky to have the shots I've taken thus far in the salt plains and other areas I've visited. And I know at some point that luck will dry up, but I figure on my way to Badwater, scout this area and get a better feel for it all. One of the things I've really come to embrace about large format is its very slow methodology for working. You have to find your shot well in advance, set up for it, and then wait for the light to come to you. This isn't just luck, it takes a lot of kind of knowing of what the local conditions are and having a pretty good feeling for what's going to happen later that day. That salt formation I found in the foreground yesterday, that was pretty cool. Very clean curved line, and you know, most people might even think that it was a road or something like that. It was just such a clean curve. Well, I'm not sure I would have been able to find a composition like that if I was just running around at the last minute when the light started hitting. I would have been too distracted by what was going on to the north and to the south, and in this case I have a very ideal foreground and also I got some really good light on it, so that's pretty nice. The whole planning ahead thing, that really helps out a lot. I'm out here in Badwater now, and this is a very similar area to where I photographed my shot Genesis from last year. The water is all gone now, and the salt formation is very fresh, which is nice. I'm kind of curious what's going to happen at sunset today, because we have some clouds spun up from the Panamint Range here, and they do have a strong possibility of lighting up, but I'm conflicted if I should go for a straight shot of the Panamints or if I should go for a up the valley looking north viewpoint where I know there's a greater likelihood that I'm going to get the clouds to light up. But I have the camera set up here with the wide angle lens, as you see behind me here, and we'll see what happens. I've been skunked before here. I've also gotten amazing sunsets. I have a photo I shot, it was 2 years ago, called Inundated, where I had this crazy pink orange sunset, which was beautiful. And after the experience last night with that sunset, I think there's a strong possibility of something great, but these clouds coming off Telescope Peak and off the Panamint Range, they are a little low, so there's a chance that they might not catch the kind of light I'm really going for. We'll see what happens. I mean, I've got probably about 3 hours to sunset, so I'm gonna do some Pilates. I'm gonna listen to some music, some Justin Bieber. I'm really big on that. Maybe a little jazzercise. If I'm feeling like it, which I am. It's good times. That's how I stay in shape, really. Just lots of jazzercise and Pilates while listening to Justin Bieber. Just pass that along. Sometimes I amaze myself. Other times, I amaze others. And there's a fraction of the time when I don't amaze anyone. But it's very, very seldom. It is about 10 minutes to sunset, and the sun has already set back behind the peak, but I'm gonna wait a little bit and hope that we get a nice color show here. The clouds have thinned out a little bit, but they still have a nice texture to them. All I gotta do is have the sun get underneath these clouds and give me a nice kind of reddish, orangish, yellowish color show. Camera's all set, got my grad filter in place, and let's hope for a nice show. I stuck around through sunset, and the left side of the clouds lit up really nice, but it didn't spread to the right side. It would have looked a little strange to take a photo if just the left side had some really bright orange clouds and the whole rest of it in a really wide angle composition was just, void of the color. So I didn't take any photos, but it was pretty impressive to watch, and I had that excitement as you're sitting there, metering everything, getting everything ready, and then it just kind of fizzles out. But I will say that I'm very fortunate that I had such a beautiful sunrise this morning. Yesterday I had a beautiful sunset, and I'm gonna leave the camera in place overnight. I'm gonna come back in the morning, and there aren't usually clouds along the Panamints in the morning, but in all reality, I just don't want to take this back to camp today, so I'm just gonna leave it overnight and do that in the morning.